Good day everyone. Today, we will be discussing about writing a literary analysis or the concept of literary analysis. So let's start by understanding what analysis means. What is analysis? An analysis explains what a work of literature means and how it means it. It involves explaining the deeper meaning of a work and how it conveys its message. You will focus on specific attributes of the text. When discussing these attributes, you will want to make sure that you are making a specific, arguable point about these attributes, and also you will defend this point with reasons and evidence drawn from the text. So let's move on to the elements of the story: the plot, theme, characters, setting, and tone.
Plot: the series of events in the story, beginning, middle, end. Character: the people, animals in the story who carry out the action.
Setting: the where and when the story takes place. Theme: the central belief of the story is usually something abstract that unifies the whole.
Tone: the attitude that a writer has towards the subject.
Literary criticism approaches. In literary criticism, it involves the comparison, analysis, interpretation, and evaluation of literary works. It assesses the value and merit of a literary work using specific parameters, approaches, of concepts. Literary criticism provides a basis for analyzing literature.
Biological approaches looks into how genetics and biology affect the characters and story. Historical approaches understand the story by looking at the time it was written. Gender approaches examine the role of men and women in the story.
Mythological approaches find a familiar myth and pattern in the story. Reader response approaches focuses on how the reader feels and understands the story. Theoretical approaches use different theories to analyze the story.
Psychological approaches understand the characters' thoughts and feelings. Moralist approaches look the moral lesson in the story. Sociological approaches analyze how society affects the story. Formalist approaches focuses on the story structure and style and language.
So here are the key steps in writing a strong literary analysis. So first is the introduction. The introduction is your first chance to grab your reader's attention. You can start with a quotation, a thought-provoking question, a vivid description, or a startling fact related to the work. And after that, provide a brief summary of the literary piece to give a context. Most importantly, your introduction must clearly state your thesis statement. This statement should be specific, arguable, and focus on particular elements of the work. It can also be anchored in a specific literary criticism approach. The body of your analysis is where you develop your thesis statement. Each paragraph should have a clear topic sentence that supports your thesis. Then, elaborate on that topic sentence with evidence from the text. This is where you provide your analysis and interpretation. In the conclusion, you should echo your thesis statement but in different words. Don't introduce any new ideas here. Instead, summarize your main points and leave the reader with a clear understanding of your argument.
Writing a literary analysis. List interest cited in the text. Use a consistent situation style.